Welcome back, everybody. Hey, this is Reboots and Dragons, the podcast that reboots movies playing D&D. I got it that time, guys. Woohoo! Woo! This is episode 1 of Quarantine. Amanda guessed it. You're here for it. It's the movie that no one knows. It has that chick from Dexter in it. And yes. Did anyone look it up during the break?
No.
Good. This is great. So, do you even have an idea what this movie's about?
Nope.
I'm gonna guess it involves a quarantine of some kind.
Good call, bro.
Yes, that is true. That is fucking true.
And I remember the scene where I think is it Jennifer Carpenter, the lady from Dexter, where she gets like dragged back into the darkness.
Did you see that scene in the movie or in the trailer?
Probably the trailer. I don't remember.
It definitely sounds like a trailer scene.
So I saw that in the trailer as well. That is literally the last frame of the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's some bullshit. Like what's even the point? Yeah, like come on, like don't ruin the movie. Like everything's building up to that scene. That's supposed to be the last little jump scare because this is modern horror films, and horror films nowadays they don't like to scare you in a traditional build-up. They like to just.
That's a true story.
Yeah, I got a couple notes in here that I would have tried to do a jump scare in D&D, and I have zero confidence that it's going to work via. Video screens of everyone. I'm going, a dog jumps out. Gotcha. No, it's not going to work. But that's how modern horror
I like your confidence.
I'll try, damn it. So yeah, if you guys, without further ado, we start this out. We're in Wertorki. A lot has happened in the last few years in Wertorki, and though the Wertorki City Watch has been decimated, a small bright spot has been the Wertorki Fire Department. The Wertorki Fire Department has, up to this point, not really had many smudges on it. There was this one point where the burning down of the porno company, what was that called? Bait? Yeah, there was some suspicion then, but that turned out to be some guy named Emil something.
Emil Muzz.
There you go. Inspiration point for Adam to remembering shit from back in episode 1 of Dragnet.
I feel like it's cheating though because I did all that editing, so like I listened to the episodes like 150 times.
Whatever, you're going to need inspiration points. Oh, Lance, you're new here. You make me laugh. That's usually an inspiration point, just so you know.
All right. Good to know.
Yeah. I feel like people are going to need inspiration points on this because this could go one of many ways. But anyways.
I don't need that shit. I have reckless attack.
So anyways, Wertorki's fire department. They've had it good up to this point. And the mayor knows this. After like a 20-block radius exploded and a bunch of Adam's thumbs up at someone. A bunch of Wertorki City watchmen died there with a bunch of FBI agents. No one really knows. There's a lot of suspicion. There's a lot of things in the rags. So the mayor decided to put a little less spotlight on the city watch and put it towards this bright spot, the fire department, which is it is comprised of mostly like your basic city watch type grunt, but they wear protective clothing that gives them, resistance to, fire. And they also all are trained in arcana abilities to control water and create water. Like they don't have tanks. They create, like they have these cantrips of just produce water, and that's how they douse these flames. So the mayor is having this night at the Wertorki Fire Department's main hub in the middle of the city, and they're getting all these journalists there, and they're getting all sorts of, just the community there is just supposed to just be like, yeah, things are bad. The Scorpio gang and all them, like they've been fighting, but look at this. If there's a fire, we put them out. They put that 20-block radius explosion out, like bosses. So it's a re-election coming up. Let's put attention where it is. So I'm going to turn it to you guys. Are you just interested and you're just going to show up, or like you guys got to have to be around there? So are you just going to show
I've
up?
never been to a party. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like we're there at the party and something happens.
Okay, so you guys are walking by and you see like some chips and salsa and some meat and some fire whiskey and just stuff like that. It looks inviting, like, ooh, carrot sticks, like I don't know, like, so you walk up there and you look over and you see a girl who looks a lot like the sister of Dexter interviewing people, and you hear her like, oh, so tell me about the fire department. And you hear this guy, he's all like, well, a lot of people think we just put out fires, but did you know that most of the time then people need an ambulance? That's also the fire department. We're the first in and first last out. We go up, we show up, we're all trained and medical, we have all this stuff. You want to go down the fire pole? And so you see all this happening and, just people getting interviewed, and it's like a big hubbubaloo. And, yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
I want to go down the fire pole.
All right. Roll.
I also get in that line.
All right. Roll me a DC 5 dex.
13.
Okay. Lance?
That's a 7.
A 7, just barely. You kind of slip, but you don't hurt yourself. It was actually kind of fun. It's something that you've only seen, in like the picture books. I almost said television. But yeah.
I've seen an illustration of this.
Yeah, but you're going around, you're walking around, you're interacting with these Wertorki fire department people, and they're not like the City Watch. They're not rough and rugged, fuck you, we got to fight the worst of the worst. They're like, we come in and we take care of people. We're protectors of the city, but we also kind of have a good attitude on life, And yeah, so someone's doing a demonstration on hold on, where is
I'm talking to somebody about how they know feather falls so that they can get cats out of trees.
I do know Featherfall.
Do you really? Oh, someone's
But can you
impressed.
cast it?
Wait,
Actually, hold on.
do you know? Do you know Featherfall?
No, it's not at third level.
Oh, you don't? Oh, that's too bad.
I'm not finding it.
So there's a guy giving examples of turnouts, which turnouts are the outfits that are fire resistant that you see firemen wearing. But this is their version of them. They're bright yellow and they're very baggy. But would anyone want to try on a turnout?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I'm 3'3". I want to try one on.
Okay, they do not have any your size, but you could totally put it on and everyone is laughing. Inspiration point, you made them laugh.
Can I get a commemorative fireman's hat?
Standing wholly in one
Cody,
one part of the
Cody,
trousers.
hit your canned laughter button.
Yeah. The fire department's in an uproar. As far as the fire hat, there's just a bunch sitting around and you see people wearing them. I mean, everyone's a couple drinks in and you could tell it's a fun affair. It's very late. You see this guy, Jake, who's really seems to be taking the lead of talking to the reporters, or it's just like, he's showing them all the stuff and like, this is where the alarm it's magically connected to the main grid that is in Die Hard, which hasn't come out yet. I know you'll find out there is a main grid in Wertorki that a lot of magic comes through. You'll hear about that in like December. Don't worry about it for now. I am the worst host ever.
It'll be relevant in 6 months.
Will be. I feel like actually Die Hard's one of our better episodes, and I'm holding on to it like a kid with a precious toy.
Save it for sweeps week.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and then there's a demonstration. Do you guys know about the old school hook and ladders? Where they like run up and it's like a giant hook with a ladder attached and they put it up and like they're climbing up. Game. Yeah. So like they have those and there's just like, it's a big fun time. And a couple hours go on and you're just feeling comfortable. You've talked to some people. You've met a guy named Fletcher who he just seems kind of like your cocky, like a little too sexual kind of fire department guy who's just like, hey guys, I'm going to hook up with her later. And you talk to Jake, who Jake just seems like the really nice guy who's just like, yeah, I'm kind of the face of it. Captain wanted me to talk to everyone. So, he's just helping people out. He's been there for a little bit. And all of a sudden you hear an alarm. Oh, I don't have an alarm. Do I? This close enough. Alarm goes off and all of a sudden everyone's just like, shit. And they're like, get in the wagons. And you see these wagons that, they're just slightly big wagons where, you can fit like 12 people on them. And all these guys are mages that create water. So it's just get them in and they're just like, who's doing a ride along? And they're just
I'll jump on.
It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we all jump on.
You hear the guy Jake. He was just like, yeah, it sounds like a medical emergency. So just everyone stay back when we get there, but you can just observe. It's just routine. Just everyone get on, and you just hoofs start clipping on the cobblestones going down the road.
We're going on a field trip.
Fucking Adam with that sound effect every fucking time. You already have an inspiration point, but I will give you one if you needed it.
Can we just bank them?
No, you cannot bank them. That is the rules.
Damn it. I haven't had a chance to use it.
Fine, Lance has one now too. The only one who doesn't is Bill because he doesn't have a fucking camera.
Womp, 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 womp.
You're supposed to put up a picture of your character.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter now. We're in this game, and let me just make sure everything's running. We're fucking running, man. I got technical shit on lockdown. You guys are on some carriages going down the street. You're seeing the streets go by, and you're just like, fuck yeah, this is fun. This is fire department. Ha ha ha. You saw people sneak some drinks on. It's just kind of laughing. It's like, okay,
party wagon.
Party wagon. You pull up to a large apartment complex. It's like, it doesn't look like the richest apartment complex, but it's not like squalor. But it's like a little tall 4 stories with something on top apartment complex. And there's just like one, small entrance at the front. And it just looks like not big. And so the guy, Jake, we're just like, all right, guys. You guys just wait here. We're going to check on this. And if it's cool, I'll bring you guys in. But this small group can come with, and he just points to the 4 of you. All right. Just follow behind. Just like, just follow along. Just, come in. And so it's Jake and Fletcher, who you've already met. And the 4 of you walking into this building. And at the ground floor, hold on, actually, real quick. All right, on your screens.
Ooh, that's fancy.
All right. Well, it's full screen for me. I had to get out of the grid mode, and so now I only see 3 of you. I don't know if that's based on talking or what, but all I see is Amanda, Lance, and the camera-less Bill.
Very nice.
I don't know how it looks for. Oh, Adam popped in, so I guess it is based on talking. I don't know how it looks for you. You're going to have to click around until you can get that big screen.
I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it on.
I got it.
Yeah. Your center screen. The map is center screen. So
awesome. I wasn't. Did I do that or did you guys? Because I didn't. Troubleshoot.
No, I still see the tools and stuff on the right side, but it's fine. It's big enough.
All right, cool. As long as everyone can see it, because this is where you're going to be. All right. So this is you walk in there, and this is the general. Room there. You see there's a nice plant there right when you walk in. That's where their little mailboxes are. I guess I can. Yeah, right where the cursor is, there's some mailbox, and I guess you probably can't see my cursor, but oh, actually, can you see my cursor here? Oh, wow, look at me. I got 2 cursors. I'm like fucking rich. Yeah. So over here,
Your tower.
over here, you see some like mailboxes, like those little slips. You see there's just a door here. All the doors look like that. They swing out, but you know, you don't.
At the
They're
end of
closed.
that main hallway, is that an elevator or a lift?
Oh shit, I didn't make that. Fucking inspiration point for you. Now everyone has an inspiration point. There is an elevator in this game and I did not make it. We could use the power of imagination if you guys need to use an elevator.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Fuck, I suck.
We'll use the theater of the mind.
Yeah, I am the worst DM ever.
Yeah, right.
I know, I'm joking. I fucking I kick ass. Also, so if you see this, that's a locked
It's a
symbol.
lock.
So if you see here, this is the street. You see, there's like this is like a business, and that's also business. They're locked, but like this goes up there, and so the apartment complex is above the floor businesses. All right, and so
Gotcha.
this is floor 1, and when you get in there, you see like 5 or 6 of the tenants there, and it's just like. She won't stop yelling. She won't stop yelling. Like it's Mrs. Espinoza. She's on the 2nd floor. Crazy screams. It's weird. She usually doesn't talk to anyone. She's been screaming bloody murder. And it's just like, all right, sir. All right, sir. It's like, oh, there's 2 Torquay City Watchmen already here, and they're just like, yeah, you guys, right? We're going up, and it's just like. You can see it's just like immediately they jump out of party mode and they get into business mode, and it's like, we're going up. You guys just stay out of the way. Just stay behind. We're going to go up and see what's up. And they go up the stairwell.
Follow.
I'd want to follow as well.
I would really hope you guys follow. Otherwise, it's going to be a really boring game.
So you said there were 2 city watchmen in addition to the fire department
You
people?
have two fire department people, Jake and Fletcher, and you have 2 cops, and one of them is unnamed, if that tells you anything about where this is going. The other guy's name
Is
is...
his shirt red?
Huh?
Is his shirt red?
I mean, might as well be. It will be in a minute. The other cop, he's just like, my name, you hear him yell to the other guys, just like, hey, I'm Jake. I was like, I'm Scott. Like they're like talking to each other. Like, okay, we're going to go in here. And they open the door to Mrs. Espinoza's apartment, which is right around here. You see, and it opens up. And it's really dark. Like she has no lights on. And so you guys are just kind of dwelling in the background, and you see the 2 cops go in front, and then the 2 fire department people right behind them, and it's just like Mrs. Espinoza, and just kind of back here in this corner, you just see the shape in the shadows of a woman, and she's just standing there kind of still, and she's like wearing like a night outfit, like something like you would wear to bed, but it's just flowy and comfortable, but
Nightgown.
Old lady nightgown.
Yeah, old lady nightgown, but it looks like from where you guys are standing in the back of all this, like it might be covered in something, like something's on there. It's not like a clean white outfit, and she's just standing there kind of swaying, not saying everything, and then every so often she goes like and whimpering, and then she'd just go to silence, and then every so like you would just see her shaking, and she's just going, and the cops are like, Mrs. Espinoza, are you all right? All right, can you understand us, Mrs. Espinoza? She's incoherently like talking, and they get a little bit closer, and just like, Mrs. Espinoza, we've got a call. We just have to make sure everything's okay. We have medical professionals here if you need help. Do you understand me? And she's like, and the first city watch guy, who doesn't have a name, he kind of comes up and touches her, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, she just lunges on him and just See, yeah, jump scares do not work in D&D, but I didn't know where to go for the jump scare. Would this been better? I don't know. Nope. See, jump scares don't work in D&D. I'm gonna figure out.
No, they work in person. They work way better in person.
Oh, if you guys were here in person, I'd have the lights down and just like,
have the lighting going on. Yeah. There you go.
Do I need to fuck with my lighting and everything? I want to actually legitimately scare someone. I just don't know how to do it. But
you look like you're in the radio station of the Death Star right now.
Welcome to KDT, where we bring you all the hits that are going around the galaxy. I don't know. We're back with the latest from the Cantina Band. Yeah.
The latest Jizz Whalers.
I have a request for that exact same song that they play. Just keep playing that.
I'm surprised I don't have that on my board yet.
Oh, yeah.
So anyways, where I left off, there was a jump scare. And Mrs. Espinoza is on nameless red shirt guy. His shirt was not red before, but you were correct. Red shirt. She's just jumping all over and holy shit. And what's his name?
Fletcher? Jake?
No, Scott.
Scott. He's the
Scott.
other cop,
Scott
right?
is like, oh my God, nameless guy, and just grabs Mrs. Espinoza off and like kind of throws her to the ground and like grapples her and just has her on the ground, just like, get him out of here, check him, get him to an ambulance, You know, I got her. And he has her on the ground, and you see Fletcher and Jake just rush in and like they're applying pressure to the neck wound, which looks like blood is just kind of just squirting, just causing a little puddle on her shag carpeting. And they just quick, just like apply pressure here. I got some gauze, and like you use like one of those med kits and healers kits, stabilizing him, and quick just grab his body and just like with grace, just get his body out there and bring him out down, like going down towards the first floor lobby. So right now, there is two cops dealing with there's one cop dealing with Mrs. Espinoza, and then the two fire department people, pushed their way past you with a cop hurting.
Can I step in and help the cop?
Yeah, I was going to say, does he have this under control?
I mean, as much as any, like these guys, you guys are adventurers. I don't know specifics about exactly everything that you know how to do, but if you think you can help them out, I'm sure it'd be appreciated, because I am playing this game like I do all of them. If you guys don't step in, what happens in the movie happens. So I am going by the movie's plot, but you guys can change said plot. I know you don't know the plot. So if you want to step in, I don't know what you guys have up your sleeves. That's on you.
Well, Orzo used to be a member of the City Watch, and so he's trained, I guess, semi-properly. And since this wasn't a hostile confrontation at the beginning, but now it is, it would make sense to check our doors and corners here for any additional crazy
all right,
old ladies in nightgowns. So
and it's also dark in here, right?
It is. It's low light.
Okay.
There's like there's like general like oil lamps on the walls here. Oh, also for Lance, you're a new person here. I should have mentioned this at the fire department, but another reason why the Wertorki Fire Department is so revered is Wertorki, through canon of things we cannot take back, has really good fire codes. So just imagine what you would think of regular fire codes in ours, that they try to live by that. It's a little bit better than regular D&D fire codes.
Well, all right. I've never put thought into D&D fire codes.
We did.
It's proven to be a crucial plot point.
Almost every single story.
So
I would like to try and help the city guardsman with Mrs. Espinoza.
All right, so there's one guy. He has Mrs. Espinoza. She's pinned on the ground. He successfully did a grapple, and so she's just shaking on the ground, and he has her on the ground. So what would you want to do?
I would like to approach and kneel down next to him and help him hold her down.
You are now officially helping, and between the two of you, you're. What's your strength?
+4.
Yeah, you're so at 18 at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have an 18 strength. She is held in place. She is not moving. I mean, you could feel her kind of twitching. It's not like.
Does she look weird?
Yes, she looks weird. Her face now is covered with nameless city watchman's blood.
Sergeant Meat Shield.
But before that, like you can see on her nightdress now that you're right next to her, that there was already something coagulating on her dress. Like there was something.
What color?
Kind of like, I don't know, like multicolored. Like there's definitely some kind of like dark burgundy of like a dried blood, but there's some kind of bile, like something might have like foamed out of the mouth and dripped down too. It's not just blood.
Orzo's gonna yell out, "Put some manacles on her!"
Does any of you have manacles?
No, I've got some.
I would
rope.
hope the city guard does.
He's holding them down still, and he's just like, there's some on my side. There's some on my side. I don't want to let go of her shoulders.
Put manacles on her. I hold her.
All right. I guess then at that point, hold on. Let me just grab.
While you're doing whatever, Orzo's going to take the manacles off of Sergeant Meatshield's.
Oh, you're going to do it? Okay. Because he told him to tell the guard to do it, so I was going to do a roll.
And I was going to say, did we already take... Did Sergeant Meatshield get removed from the premises already?
The guy who got bit is he was getting brought down to the lobby to be like attention, get medical attention. It was
gotcha.
It's probably not the best idea to do this in an active fight scene. Plus, that's what happens in the movie. So yeah, he's getting dragged down the stairs right now.
Can we retcon it that I grabbed the manacles off his belt as they're taking him out?
Yeah, sure. A sleight of hand. Roll me a sleight of hand.
All right. 21.
21. Motherfucker didn't even notice that you took him. He was so focused on what he was doing.
All right.
I'm just hiding behind the random people.
You're hiding behind who now?
Random people, just trying to stay hidden.
All right. So all the residents of this apartment complex are pretty much in the lobby downstairs. The only people in
it's just you and me that are not doing anything in this room right now. I think.
I'm saying you can split the party at this point, because if you look at this map, this is very small. These are 5-foot squares. So if you don't want to be in the apartment, you could be standing on the top of that stairwell and see down into the lobby. You can go down the lobby. It's not really splitting the party that much. So just you tell me where you want to be.
Me?
Yeah. You see shit, hold on.
Based on this map right here,
yeah, you see Grognak and the other policeman who is Scott. You see Scott and Grognak have Mrs. Espinoza very well grappled, and then Orzo Jones just got some manacles. And do you want to just try to put those on?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, you put them on because you rolled a 21 on that. So she is now manacled on the floor with two large ass, humanoid individuals holding her down. She's not doing much. So what are you doing?
Bill. Is he asking Bill or me?
You.
I think he's asking
Bill
you.
just put manacles on.
Oh. I was just gonna ready in action like a spell, just in case something, goes funny.
So you're just holding action.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean that's fine. So, but you are in the room with you're in. So this is Miss Espinosa's apartment right here. There is 3 apartments per floor. This is apartment A. That's apartment B. That's the door for that, and this is apartment. You can't see over there. That's apartment C over there. All right. There is 4 floors in this building. So just so you know, you are in apartment 2A right now. All right.
Okay.
And go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I try and turn on some of these lights a little bit more so that we're actually working with real light instead of?
Unfortunately, there is not electrical lights here. There's like gas lights. So if you want, you can look for a gas lamp or something like that, which would have like okay. So just roll me a perception check, I guess. Beat a 10, you could find one and turn one on.
Yeah, 13.
With a 13?
Yep.
All right, look at that. You lit up that apartment.
Look at that. All right. So now
actually, just because I just looked here, I put a fireplace. You just you put a log in the fireplace.
All right. Do we hear anything else, or I guess see anyone else in this apartment? Like, does she live here alone?
She did. Yeah, this is a 1-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
If you see up here, this is the 2nd bedroom. I mean, the bedroom, and this is just like a living area. This is kind of a kitchen area. It's just like counters and stuff. But yeah, she lives alone. You would have heard that coming in. It's just her by herself. And if you just based on your listening, it's nighttime. You hear a lot of commotion coming from downstairs. Like there's a lot of like, what the fuck, put some pressure, I'm out of gauze. I thought you packed gauze, shit like that. Coming from first floor. But other than that, it's like, I want to say it's like 11:30 at night at this point. It's nighttime. People in the city have already kind of they go by the sunlight. The sun's gone down a while ago, and they've fucking retired for the night. It's quiet in this apartment except for everything that's going on the ground floor.
All right.
So those 2 darkened areas right there, right by the entryway, is that like a closet and like a bathroom?
Actually, that's true. Yes, that is a closet right there. And that is a bathroom. Everything that's darkened out is just because you haven't been there yet.
Well,
do we have the manacles on Mrs. Espinosa yet?
Yeah, she's manacled.
She's manacled, and you and was it Scott? Have him under control.
Is she still like fighting, struggling?
She's shaking. Like it's just a weird shake. It's not like she's not as much trying to escape as much as she's just like convulsing every so often. She just like, it's like almost, it's just like aggressive. Like she's just like lashing out. She's like, and she's still not responding to like conversation of you try, like, Mrs. Espinosa, can you understand what we're saying? It's like, yeah, nothing.
Scott, perhaps if we knock her unconscious, we get her downstairs, huh?
Can I roll like a medicine and see if I can identify maybe what this could be at all?
Remind me again, as a wizard. I mean, like a wizard knows a lot of study, but does your character? I'm going to play this as well as I can, but how much anatomical knowledge does your guy have? I just want to know what number I'm going to give you.
I think it'd be like a cursory, not like a in college, like something.
So you took like
Orgo kind of thing.
Took anatomy.
You took anatomy 101, but you didn't actually go to pre-med.
Right.
Okay, cool.
He got to inorganic chemistry, and
I will say that I'm going to give you a DC 17. You need to beat a DC 17 to have what I will tell you if you get it.
All right, inspiration.
Oh, you're using that inspiration. There you go.
And then I get to, I'm using medicine, right?
Yep, knowledge medicine.
Or Arcana.
Huh? No, Arcana is not Arcana, which is
Oh
actually a
my God.
spoiler in its own.
Nat 20.
Yeah, we see it.
Well,
On my lucky die.
so that dude from Ally McBeal is not going to be any use of the whole explaining stuff later in this. You look down with a nat 20 and just like, this looks a lot like rabies. When I was studying at the Torquay Community College getting my gen eds done. I'm sorry if I gave you that. I don't know. I had to deal with a dog once that had rabies, and this is a lot of similar problems. Like if you look here, there's like some foam coming from her mouth, but there's also like this crust you see in her eye ducts, and like there's this crust there, and it's just like you can just tell from the glands. All of her glands are filling up. And her inability to respond. This is like the rage. This is a lot like rabies, but this is not like any rabies I've ever seen. Usually in the human, this happens different, but this is a lot like rabies.
I look up at the wizard. Is there a cure for rabies?
Do you know much about rabies, Adam, or do you want me to help?
No, I know that you have to get treated like fairly quickly. Otherwise, your body gets overcome with the virus or the virus.
Yeah, that's basically what the movie posits is. If you get rabies early on, like as a doctor, if you treat early on before you get to the bad symptoms,
yeah,
you can treat it. But once you are at this level,
Old Yeller time.
Yeah, exactly.
She's my old lady. I'll do it.
Hey guys, this is like rabies. It's kind of like rabies. I don't know what else you want me to.
I know I was letting you guys RP, but no one jumped in.
I mean, that sounds serious. I feel like should we take her downstairs to the fire department guys that are down there? I mean, they're the professionals. We're not. We were just here for the party.
That sounds like a solid plan.
All right, so
I'm chaotic neutral, so like I wouldn't mind killing her, just outright.
Just gonna trip and fall onto a bunch of arrows.
All right, I want you to describe to me very clearly what's going to happen, because I also am going to react to how you do this.
Well, we saw her bite.
She is definitely a biter.
Yeah. So, Grognak, do you want to? Can you maybe knock her out so that she isn't trying to
Sure,
bite
I just
us
start
as we
punching
carry
Mrs.
her
Espinosa in the face.
All right, roll me a d20 real quick. I guess this is unarmed attack, so whatever that is for you is just like, is that usually 1d4 plus strength?
It's usually just your strength mod.
Yeah.
Plus one.
You get if you take Tavern Brawler, you get a D4.
That's right. Or if you're a monk or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
you just have a 4 if you hit. All right.
It's
I got a
one
dirty
plus
20.
strength, so he'll be 5.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
What'd
yeah.
you just roll?
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. We
Also,
like to
she's
call.
restrained, so it's an automatic crit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Isn't that a flaccid 20?
Yeah. The word on the show is flaccid 20.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, how many hit points was that?
So that'll be 5.
5. Okay, cool.
Actually, if it's critical, I guess it would be. I don't know. There's no dice, so it's not like
it would double the 1, so it'd be 6.
Okay. Big punch. Boom.
All right.
This is where you miss the coup de grace rules.
I'm going to just do.
I know, right?
I'm just going to do that real quick. And sweet. She appears to be out cold because that's what you're trying for. and her body goes limp, and you could still feel like labored breathing, like there might be something COVID in her lungs or something. I don't know. But she's
still
passed out. She's alive, and she's not flailing anymore.
Okay,
I will pick her up and cradle her.
Wait, before you do that,
okay, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I pop into the closet and see if there's like a scarf or something, and I want to gag her.
Good
okay,
call.
cool.
I was gonna do that too, but I was just gonna use my hempen rope.
Oh, okay. Well, we can do that.
Do you use all 50 feet, or do you cut a piece?
No, I cut off a 1.5-foot section so I can tie a nice little knot.
Because I think it'd be funnier if you just keep wrapping 50 feet of hempen rope.
Wait. Can we open the closet and find a ball gag and just stick that in her mouth?
You roll me a perception check real quick. Roll me a perception check real quick.
Oh shit! It went under my laptop. That's only a 12. I don't think I'm finding a ball gag.
No, there's a scarf.
Whoa! What did I miss?
There is definitely a scarf in there, but you do not find a ball gag.
All right. Well,
you could stuff a shoe in there.
All right. Also with the 12, you find she had just a regular dagger hidden in there and a pouch of 3 gold.
Oh.
Do you rob Mrs. Espinoza?
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Damn
So now
right,
I have
rogue.
6 daggers.
I love it. All right, so you got Mrs. Espinoza out cold. You're bringing her down to first floor?
Sure.
Yeah, let's take her downstairs.
All right, so you're... Sorry, I think my computer's it's dealing with too much at once.
It's fighting.
Yeah.
For its life.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Usually you just play video games. All right, so you guys get to the first floor and you see the 2 fire department people arguing with the tenants and the other cops with you. So it's just the fire department guys yelling at the tenants like, get back, I tell you. And just like they're like fucking with the front doors. And hold on 1 second.
This red shirt still down here?
Red shirt is on the ground. He's got like field bandages on him. You know, he's like wrapped up. These guys had a healer's kit with them and they wrapped him up. He is stabilized. He doesn't look good, but these guys are trained paramedics. You know, like that's one of the things that they brought up in the movie that actually is very true, that fire department people often, like usually one of the first paramedics that are there are the fire department. They are all trained in it. So just so you know that that's
while they're doing that, Orzo's going to go up and tap on one of their shoulders to get their attention and then say, Short Round over here says that it looks like she has rabies.
You sound a lot like Samson Threadwell, and I can't deal with it.
It's
old-timey, man.
It's not that old-timey. It's just it's street tough.
It's semi-old-timey.
Yeah.
1950s tough.
That's right.
Just like, sir, can you just back up for 1 second? I'm trying to back all these people up for a second. Something is happening outside this building. Could you just all please back up? We're trying to get this guy to help.
I will unceremoniously drop Mrs. Espinoza next to Red Shirt and go and see what's going on outside.
Well, okay, so you hear a big thud on the hollow sound of the planks. You're just, as her body hits the floor, and then you go up to the door and you try the handle, and it is locked, but not like locked from a mechanical door lock, but like locked from the outside.
It's blocked.
Like
magically like held together by something, and so it's like a dual door where it's got like a metal gate on the outside and then like a wooden part on the inside with a piece of glass. And even with the glass part that you could usually look out for, you still be a little gate. It looks hazy, like translucent. It's not like looking out through a window anymore. It's like looking out through something hazy. I don't know.
Through some water.
I don't know. Does someone want to roll Arcana? I guess it'd just be Lance because you're the one looking out. You're not very Arcana-esque, but just roll me Arcana.
Oh, that's a 1 minus 1.
So 0.
Yeah.
So I'm going to tell you what you have to tell everyone else. That's what your nat 1 is.
Okay.
Back in your younger days, you fought a water mage, and for a second you thought you were drowning, and that's what this feels like. You tell the room something about, I think we're all drowning.
I think building is surrounded by water. Grognak, not like water.
I love it. Ones are my favorite thing in the world.
What do you mean we're surrounded by water? And I'll go up to the door to
look at the
take
window.
a look out.
So you look out the window?
Yeah.
Roll me Arcana.
Oh, no.
Oh, I mean, I could.
I was gonna say, are we going through everybody before?
If you guys want to do it, go for it. If someone gives me a good one, I'll give you an idea of what you're up against.
I got a 15.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
What?
Straight up, my second roll was a 1.
First one was a 20, second one was a 1.
Jesus Christ, guys.
I swear to God.
Amanda got a 15. What did Bill get?
I didn't roll yet.
Okay, roll me just...
is a 16.
All right, with a 15 and 16, both of you are like, this looks like a magical spell, but you don't know what the specific spell is.
Can we tell that it's not water?
You can tell it's not water, yes, with a 15. You know this is a magical containment spell, but you don't know what it is. Adam knows exactly what it is, and this is shape water to Adam.
See, I told you he's water.
Wait a minute. You gave me a shape water spell?
No, I didn't give it to you. That's what you are telling. That's what you're telling the other people. It's like, no, this is shape water. I've studied in the arcane arts. This is shape water. The cantrip. It's a very common cantrip among wizards.
What is shape water?
It's a cantrip.
No, saying that the what we're seeing outside.
You rolled a 1 on perception,
Oh.
so that's what your brain is telling the world. Because these people are not wizards, you are, and you're confident now because you studied. You studied, and you're just like, no, this is just shape water. We're just in a dome of water.
Okay, yeah. We're just in a dome of water, guys. It's crazy, but believe
I concur.
Well, why don't you use dispel magic or something, Green Bean?
Dispel magic, but why would anyone want to dispel magic?
Do you want to stay in here? I got places to go.
I mean, I guess.
Do you have
Hold on
dispel
a second.
magic?
Not a 3rd level.
I don't
I
know.
don't
what
think
level
so.
that
I have
is.
detect magic.
Oh, you could totally detect magic if you want.
Yeah, I don't have dispel.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
you
second
don't
level.
get that to like 5th level.
No. Sorry, guys. I can't help you out.
So in the background,
I
you
can detect
just
magic,
see
though.
people arguing, just like, what the fuck you mean we're locked in here? Why would we be locked down? This guy's bleeding out. We just hear that in the background, and all you guys are just talking about water spells.
All right. Does somebody want to heal that guy? Better.
I can't. I have no ability to heal anybody.
We all have a
He
healing
was a
kit,
healer
but
kit.
it's not going to help unless he's like near death. We can stabilize him.
It's just then you hear like one of the fire department is like, "Is there a doctor or something here?" And you see some guys like, "Well, I'm a vet," and he goes up, and you see some like tall, skinny-ish, like middle-aged man go up, and he starts checking on him as well, and he's just like, "Wow, this is weird. Like we need to get him to a hospital as soon as we can." And but the doors are locked.
There's water outside.
Can I try and like shoulder bash the door?
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Roll me a. What is the strength one? Is that athletics?
Athletics, yeah. Yep. 25.
All right, with a 25, you hit, and splinters of wood go everywhere, and you just have like chunks of the door just disappeared. But now I told you how there was a wooden door and a metal door, so now like half the door just kind of fell off, and now you can see out clearly, and now you can tell now that half the door is gone that is not water. That is just a translucent, like bubble-esque force.
I punched the magical barrier.
Oh, you can't. It's outside of the metal gate.
Oh, okay. Is the metal gate like locked?
The metal gate is locked. You can see that is like there's something kind of like glowing. Almost looks like Wonder Woman's lasso just wrapped around like the handles holding it together. It's something like you could tell that it's some kind of magical something holding those doors together.
I bring the wizard over. What is this?
Adam?
Do I roll investigation on this?
Yeah, come on, BV Fizzle Bucket.
All right. Maybe a bonus.
Wouldn't it be Arcana?
Arcana or investigation?
Arcana would tell you more magic, or you could do detect magic.
I was going to say if you have proficiency in one of them.
I have a proficiency in Arcana, so it's a 17.
With a 17, it's just like, oh wow, yeah, I've seen that. That is someone's lasso of holding. That is a very complicated spell. That is usually only run by governmental wizards. Something's here. The high up people are here. What the hell is going on? And through the haze, you can just see there is like flashing lights and just like hundreds of people who look important, and like they've pushed back your the Wertorki Fire Department trucks that you came here in, and there is new like official looking, very smooth and like sanitary looking trucks there, and you can barely make out the inscription on the side that says CDC.
Hey, DM.
Mm-hmm.
Do our eye stones still work?
Everyone has an eye stone. For Lance, because I know you're new here, an eye stone is the inevitable way we deal with a cell phone in this, because
sure.
Yeah, every movie has a cell phone, and that's just So yes, you do have an eye stone.
Okay.
All right, I'd like to phone a friend.
All right, cool. Who are you calling?
One of my comrades in the City Watch.
All right, cool. Dial.
Ring, 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 ring.
Hey, but can you hear me?
Orzo's going to do that thing where when the connection's bad, he talks louder to try and make it better. No, I can't understand you. Can you understand me?
Oh, Orzo. Oh, is that you? Orzo, I can barely. Up. Breaking up.
All right, Orzo's just going to hang up. He can't deal with it.
I would like to try and punch the magical barrier.
Again, the magical barrier is like
the lasso thing that's around the gate. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, try it.
Athletics.
Sure.
Damn, another 25. Rolling hot.
You see the you see the sides of the gate, like dust flies out from where the hinges are attached to the wall, and suddenly you see a bunch of masked people just covered in whites, like just completely white, top to front. You can't see their face because their faces are covered. Run up towards where the barrier is with like a bunch of weird looking crossbows. It's just like, step away from the door, step away from the door, step away from the door. Don't try that again.
I mean, there's still a magical barrier, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch it again.
All right, cool. Punch it, I guess.
That's only a 19. Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
What is your AC?
17.
17. All right. Well, two of them miss, but one hit. So three crossbow bolts come at you. One hits.
Okay. What's the damage on that?
That would be 8 damage.
8 damage. Woof. All right.
And they're like, get back, get back, get back. We must contain this perimeter.
All right. So the metal gate's still standing. Yeah.
Yes, it is still there. You can tell that you did some damage to it. It is like bolted into concrete.
Okay. I will step back into the lobby.
All right, cool. So
what's going on out there?
They shoot at me. They better be glad magical barrier exists.
They're not going to let us leave?
It does not seem so much.
Jake, the fireman, is just like, what do you mean they're not going to let us leave? We need to get this guy medical attention now.
They said something about contained perimeter.
And you see he runs up to the gate and he just starts yelling. It's like, hey, what the fuck? We got to get this man out. And you hear this guy just like, get back in, sir. This is a CDC matter now. You must remain calm. We will get back with you when we know more. You just need to stay put.
I say we kill Mrs. Espinosa, then we go. Danger will be gone.
All right.
I'm down.
So the cop who's kind of been is like, what? No, this lady is subdued. She's held. We can't just kill. That's murder.
She is too far gone. She has rabies. We kill her.
We don't know that. And then he turns to the vet and just like, oh, rabies, huh? And he kind of looks at her eyes and like the tear ducts, like, huh? I guess it could be rabies.
It's rabies, guys. It's basically rabies. It's rabies.
The police officer is
You gotta do something.
The police officer again is just like, step back. I got that. This is under my control. This is this is my patient. We're going to get her to help. I just need you to step back. You're just civilians. This is a matter for the WTCW and the WTFD.
Orzo's gonna kind of move a little bit closer to the to Scott, with hands up, and he's gonna lift up his cape, and he's gonna show his badge not his badge, but his uniform with his stripes on it from when he was in the WTCW, which I have as part of my background as an investigator, and try to persuade him to calm down and understand that this is for the safety of everybody.
He sees your badge and he's immediately like, oh, you understand, man. Help me secure this perimeter, man. People are trying to kill this lady.
Scott, you got to listen to me. I don't know if you were there, but I was. I was on duty when that humanoid construct came in and mowed everybody down.
Oh, wait, Meta? You talking about the termination? Was he in the...
I am, yeah.
Ah, nice. I missed that part. I'm sorry.
And if the desk sergeant didn't try to be overly reliant on regulations at the beginning, some of our still be alive. So, for the good of everybody in this building, I think we have to remove the threat.
All right, roll persuasion.
Come on, 0 charisma. That is a 17.
Ooh,
Oh, I rolled a 16.
Nice.
awesome.
So with a 16, he's not like hard convinced, but he's just like, I cannot be part of this. This is not. I'm just going to go to that bathroom over there.
Then you go.
Look away.
And so he disappears. There's an outhouse like right over in here. So he goes over to that outhouse and tell me what you guys do.
I would like to behead Mrs. Espinoza.
Oh shit!
All right, just roll me your standard attack advantage because she's completely.
Yep. 19.
It's
Yeah.
auto crit.
Yep.
Auto crit.
Yeah. So you see her head rolls and just like thump, 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 just off to the corner. And that's when you notice a mother holding her, like, I don't know, I'd say like 7 or 8-year-old child in her arms. And they both just scream, just like, ah, ah.
I don't know why you are screaming. Such is life.
And with that, you're in this lobby. You are stuck here. There's a screaming mother and child. Her child not looking the best, by the way. Screaming mother and child.
What's the child looking like?
She looks a little pale. But don't worry about that yet, because we'll worry about that on the next episode of Reboots and Dragons. I know I said that earlier because the drop's coming in a second. It's a really long intro. Maybe I should do something about that. Thank you, Brian, once again for the theme song. Check him out on Instagram and SoundCloud. Bye. Reboots and Dragons, a Something Street Studio production.
Woo.